All right guys, welcome back to another video. It's gonna be a different kind of video. I say that a lot, I guess. But today, we're building something. It's kind of out of frame, but we got some 2x4s. We got a piece of ply, 3/4 inch ply. And then we got 4 pieces of birch wood, which I'm skeptical about. But we're gonna try to build the slapstick that RAMPS makes. And lots of people have done this. I saw some videos and I feel like their dimensions were off, or maybe they altered them because they looked, I don't know, they looked a little funny. So I'm gonna try to make it exactly like RAMPS does. And you know, I was watching some of their videos and basically he had this in one of the videos, which you kind of see. Maybe I'll pop the picture up on the screen, but it basically shows all the dimensions of it. So I'm gonna try to make it exactly like them. And that also means that I'm going to make two 4-footers so I can screw them together. So I'm gonna try to make it exactly like them. There will be some improvisation, you might say. The biggest difference is this is just a placeholder right now, but I gotta use this PVC in place of the pipe because I don't have it yet. So I'm gonna make it up. This should be the exact same size. You'll still be able to skate it, but there probably won't be any skating of it in this video, but I am going to build it and try my best to show the process of it. That's what we're gonna do. Also, hopefully an upcoming video, you guys, if you aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe because we're gonna be testing out these wheels. These are the Nano Rats, and I got them in 52mm and the V5 cut, so they're basically the same as what I'm skating, the X97s, but they're like the Nano Cubic, so we'll try that out. I'm also gonna be trying out some pepper grip, which I've been wanting for a while, but that's not as interesting. So yeah, let's get to laying some shit out and try to build this thing, eh? What do you say? All right, so I'm gonna start making the sides first. And I believe they are 2 feet, which this piece should be 2 feet, so that'll save me a little time. So we know they're 2 feet. And then they're 6 inches. 6 inches tall to the top of the pipe. So I'm gonna mark my 12 inches here, just to find center. Get my square. And then we got 6 inches right here. I'm gonna mark it there and there. So that is the top. That is the top of our sides to the top of this. So I got a piece of this pipe that I can use for a reference, so I know that that's about where I need to, the top of this pipe will be the 6 inches. So I'll center that up best as I can there. I'm just gonna mark it. All right, so there is the top of our pipe, 6 inches. I feel like it should be taller. Maybe that's why people made it taller, but I'm trying to make it the same. I got it all laid out with the 2x4s, so you can see where they're gonna go. There. We got a 1x. That one's gonna be the shittiest cut. I have to go find a 2x4 to cut that. And then 2x4, 2x4, and I even marked the screw hole. So this will be the template for the other 4. And then yeah, I'll pre-drill them and all that kind of stuff. We'll make this look as legit as possible. So let me get all that done, and then we'll be back. So there's the mock-up, and then now is where I can like make any adjustments to like that coping or anything like that. So I'm gonna put a piece of that 1/4 inch up to it and see where it's at, and then make my adjustments from there. And then I'll cut the other 4 out. All right. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, I got all the templates cut. I tried to make it easier, but I made it harder on myself. I should have just cut one at a time and then matched them up with the grinder like I did, but I cut 2 at a time. Didn't go so well, so we're gonna try to save it. I'll cut the 2x4s up and start putting this thing together, I guess. Just, yeah, winging it, man, winging it. All right, we got all the 2x4s cut. So we're gonna put together the first one and see how this goes. All right, in case I didn't mention, which I don't remember if I did, it feels like it's forever ago since I started filming this, but the reason I'm making this is because you guys watched my video where I made that weird curb, butter bench curb thing. Well, I was skating that the other day and trying to get a trick on it, and well, I got my trick, and then the Amazon guy ran it over, which is no big deal because as I was skating it, I wanted to build something else anyway. So here we are. So now we're building this. And then I'm also going to dedicate this video to my buddy Dave, who had a surgery today. Hope you're doing good, Dave. I'm sure I'll hear from you soon. But yeah, hopefully we can skate this thing together and fuck some shit up if it turns out good. So let's get into putting this thing together, and then yeah, it's not going as smooth as I hope, but hey, we're going for it. So I got the first skeleton together. It's starting to look like a freaking Keen ramp thing. You know what I'm saying? I still gotta make the center support for this. I was hoping to like get away with it, but I feel like with steel pipe it would be, I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna put the other one together, but I feel like the steel pipe you might not need it. But with this PVC, if you got up here in the middle, you're definitely gonna feel the flex. So I feel like it needs something. So I'm gonna figure that out. I gotta wait for a battery charge so I can rip a 2x4 after I find a 2x4. And yeah. But it's looking like a Keen thing. And yeah, stick around to the end. I'll tell you how much this thing cost me. Because in my final thoughts on, you know, the slapstick and all that good stuff, but I think it's going pretty good so far. So here we go. Both skeletons are together, if you want to call them that. Well, they're not screwed together. They're built. Both skeletons are built. So I'll get those middle supports. We'll get the birch on, get the coping, the rail mounted, and then we'll see the final product. I'm terrible at this stuff and I just don't film everything. I'm just no Garrett Jenner, you know what I mean? I'll tell you what, but we're trucking along. We're trucking along. And there she is. It is done. The supports are in. It is down. Remember, this is a mock-up, so this isn't the final product, but I mean, that's essentially what it'll look like. Now I just got to put that birch on and see how strong that shit really is. And yeah, so far, so good.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Now obviously, Keen Ramps doesn't give like the full blueprints to this stuff. Why would they? It's technically their design. So I'm gonna have to cut these to a certain angle. Man, that's a friggin'... That may be too much coping reveal, but man, you know, I don't know. I don't know, man. So yeah, let's get this cut and just see what we're dealing with. I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna get these cut and then screw them all on and see what we're dealing with there. All right, I got the first piece on there, and just as I was skeptical, like I was cutting it and I was leaning on it, it cracked on the bottom. Holy crap, you guys can't even see me. Hello? I got this on there, and it cracked when I was leaning on it. So I don't know how long this would actually last or how sturdy it's going to be with this birch. But I guess the true test will be skating it. So yeah, I'll finish it up and you guys will see it in a future video for sure. But yeah, I don't know, I'm a little skeptic. It seems like cheap material, honestly, and I'm using what they use. So I don't know. Got the last 3 panels. They're all countersunk and drilled. Trying to make it look pretty. And then we'll get it on there. And then I might want to do something else to it. I don't know. I'm gonna get it together, but I think it's like exactly the way that Keen makes it. And then yeah, I'll get it together and I'll give you my final thoughts kind of on their shit and what I just built. All right, I had some issues that I had to fine tune. They seem okay now, but keep in mind I don't have a CNC machine to make these things the same. I didn't design it, but it seems like it's pretty. I mean, that's the freaking slapstick. That's an 8-foot slapstick. My opinion is if you want an 8-foot slapstick, it costs you about $400 from Keen Ramps. With this birch wood, totally not worth it. Unless they're using a different birch wood, which I don't know. This shit, I don't know if it'll last. With the skate light, great deal, but to have the 2 options like that, I don't know if I agree with it. Because this stuff, I don't think it'll last that long, but I could be proven wrong. But if you make this thing yourself, even with the PVC coping, this thing costs around $100 if you have drills and a saw and maybe some screws. If you want to buy everything with the screws, you'd be looking at like $120 with the screws. If you wanted to buy this from Keen Ramps, this thing would be $400, but with metal coping. So if you want metal coping, $60–80. So you'd be at like $140 to $160 roughly to build the same thing. You just got to put in the time. And that is with the birch wood, which I'm not a big fan of so far, honestly. I've never used it before, but I think it's kind of shitty. So, yeah. But there it is. And yeah, I'm not gonna skate it today. I'll skate it soon, obviously. And that was the video. That was it. I gotta clean all this stuff up. Alright guys, well that was the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll skate that thing soon. We're just out here on a little cruise. I apologize for the wind if there is any, but yeah, hopefully we'll skate that thing soon. It's honestly, even though it's small, it's kind of freaking scary. I rolled up to it a few times, and yeah. And until then, you guys know the drill. I will see you on the next meow.